Hey guys, it's I am back again, and this is going to be a sort of chit chat, get ready with me. I'm planning on doing some filming, so it is a ridiculous hour of the morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning and everyone's asleep. It's very windy outside, so you might be able to hear that. The lighting will be crap because I only have one light and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I have all this stuff to catch up on, to tell you and stuff, so it might be a good time to pause it about now and get yourself a cuppa, something like that, because this could take a while. Okay, so I haven't filmed very much recently. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know this. Things have been happening in my world. I'm just going to start with this concealer. It's a Kmart one. I can't remember if it's any good or not because I haven't used it for ages. So we've had all of this stuff happening. I can't exactly talk about it because there are legal aspects to it, but suffice it to say, my two worst nightmares decided to get together and happen at the same time, which was, pretty hard to deal with. Well, still pretty hard to deal with. So I haven't really felt like doing much at all, let alone filming videos and stuff like that. It's also super duper cold here, so anyway, staying in bed where it's nice and warm is preferable to getting up and doing stuff. Just going to blend that out with my Real Techniques a bit more. Not the best coverage under the bags under my eyes. The reason I'm awake at this time and not in bed is because I slept all day. I literally didn't get up until about 7 o'clock tonight. And this is my life. Yeah, so I'm just going to use the W7 Photo Shoot foundation. Just whack some on the back of my hand. So that has been really difficult. There's, been police and stuff involved. Pretty full on stuff. Anyway, so that has kind of been a huge impact in this house over the last couple of weeks, basically. And I haven't been feeling so crash hot. My depression has been really, really bad, and externally I appear to be coping quite well with everything that's going on, at least to the people who don't know me very well. But internally I am pretty much a complete and utter mess at the moment. But I'm battling on. I'm still seeing my therapist, except for the fact that he's overseas at the moment, but I have seen him since the incident happened that led to everything sort of blowing up in our faces. So I had my first fillings ever. I am 41 and I'd never had a filling up until very recently. So, I think that's probably pretty good. Most people would be happy with that. Now, what am I going to do? Physician's Formula. This is a translucent mineral face powder. If I can get it open. I think I've not really used this very much. It doesn't look like I have. I'm basically going through and using a whole bunch of products I haven't used for ages or at all. So, sort of a bit of a first impression for some of these as well. My Real Techniques face brush. So I had all these projects on the go. I had Pan That Palette. I had like 16 little eyeshadows in Pan That Palette. And I had a Project Pan lip edition, which was 16 lip products to use over the year. I had Project Pan eyeliner edition, which was 16 eyeliners to use up over the course of the year. I also had a Project Pan going, which was basically using up 10 items. I was in like my second round of that for the year. And pretty much effectively for the last month, I haven't really been concentrating on any of that stuff or using that stuff religiously. I haven't really been using anything religiously. And it has actually made me reassess what I'm doing this year. Now I have this raw tanned raw matte bronzer from Clean Colour. This is actually number 4 Waikiki matte. It's probably going to be too dark, but I'll just be super duper light-handed with it. So what I am going to do is I am going to end all of those projects. I'm going to put a stop to all of those ones, draw a line in the sand type thing, and I'm actually going to start up a Project Pan roulette, which will basically end up being sort of like a 50 pan. However, I'm not going to like start with 50 products, because I think that would just be kind of stupid. What I'm going to do is start with 10 products probably, and then every time I use one, finish one, get to my goal on it, whatever, I will add in a new product. Like I'll pick a new product and hope to use 50 things by the end of the year. So that's, 5.5 months basically, or about halfway through. Probably by the time I put this up, I'll be halfway through July. So I've got my categories. I went to Meg's Makeup 8's blog post about her 24 by the 4th of July, I think it was. She had a post there where she had all of the different ones that she'd used in hers. So I used that list as inspiration. Changed a few of them, added in a few of them that she hadn't added in, because she didn't have any primers or anything like that, and I have primers and stuff that need to be used, so I it's like really weird. I've got strange shadows forming, but not all of them are because of the bronzer contour. Like in the camera it looks really terrible. In the mirror in front of me, it doesn't look quite so bad. It's always the way. I've just noticed I look so much older at the moment. I feel like I've aged so much recently. Yeah, so basically I'm going to do a Project 50 pan, Project Roulette 50 pan for the rest of the year and see how I go. And for blusher I am going to use the Physicians Formula Rosy Glow Mineral. Haven't actually used this, it's just got a big swatch right across the top of it. Whoa, powdery. So that's what I'm going to do, because I'm just not, I've kind of lost my drive with the other ones. But the other thing I'm going to do is my goals for all my products in the Project Pan Roulette. There'll be very few where the goal is actually to finish a product. It will be to, hit pan or use X amount of that product, not use the whole thing up. Like, I don't want to set myself goals that are unachievable. I intend to be successful, so I probably make goals that are much easier to actually attain. So yeah, that's sort of the plan. Once again, I am sick. I have been sick almost constantly for on and off for 3 months or something. It's kind of getting a bit stupid and frustrating. For my luminizer, I'm going to use this Natio, I don't know how to actually pronounce it, bronzer enhancer in Warm Day. Now this originally was, I think 2 different colours or something. It broke and I put it back together, but I mixed it all up, so it's now just more like a luminizer highlighter than anything else. Yeah, so I'm going to set myself for this. I'm trying to keep track of what I was talking about. I'm going to keep the goals fairly simple so that I am actually successful, so I actually feel like I'm achieving something. Because one of the problems with having a mental illness is that sometimes you feel like you're not actually achieving anything in life, and then you go and do something like a project pan and you fail miserably, and so you tend to feel even worse about yourself, like, you know, I'm a huge bloody failure type thing. So I want to kind of like change that sort of thing, so that I don't quite feel quite so much like I've completely failed constantly through this year. So yeah, so that will mean, like, if I put in something that's like a pencil like this one, it'll be to use it down to a particular point. So I'm not expecting myself to like use a whole pencil, because I really don't want to be using the same products over and over again for too long, because I've realised that I get a little bit bored, especially as I have so much stuff, and I feel like I'm missing out on using so much stuff. And the other thing is, I want to be able to use products and determine whether I actually like them or not. So like, if I try something and I really don't like it, then I can get rid of it or pass it on to somebody who it might work better for. This is the Revlon Colour Stay Brow Enhancer. This one is in light brown and champagne. I'm mainly using the eyebrow part. I dyed my eyebrows the other day, so they're a bit darker than normal. I'm not really going to spend too much time fiddling with them. They are what they are. I waxed off the ridiculously out of place hairs the other day too. Yeah, waxed my top lip, that kind of thing. I prefer to wax than shave or bleach, only because basically that's what I was trained to do, wax these things. I don't know, my brows are just something that have never really worked for me. I mean, you know how they say they're sisters and not twins? I don't think mine are even friends. I'm going to try out the NYX Control Freak eyebrow thing. I literally just opened this today, so I have no idea. And I have what we refer to in Australia as Johnny Howard brows, which is why I trim them quite a lot. Johnny Howard brows are those kind of brows that the hairs stick out in like 100 different directions and always look kind of bushy and messy, unless you groom them to within an inch of their life. I get it from my mother. Her brows are terrible. Her brows make my brows look fantastic. So, there you go. LA Colours eyeshadow primer. So what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, so I've changed my plans for all my project pans. This is the LA Colors eyeshadow primer. Did I say that? I think I already said that. See, I can't even track what I'm doing. The only thing I've really been doing consistently in the last month are my nails. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably would have seen them. And every month I post a catch-up type video on here showing all the manicures I did for the month. In June I actually did 42 different manicures. There's only 31 days or 30 days or whatever in June, so I did more manicures than there are days. And lots of people are like, how do you manage to do that? Like, you'd have to change your nails like twice a day kind of thing. Well, the thing is I've got two hands. So like on this hand currently we have an Egypt inspired one, which is up on my Instagram, and then on this one we have a drag marble with ladybugs, which you can't see properly because the light's terrible, but that's what it is. So yeah, I just use my two different hands to do two different things. Okay, we have the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in, what is this one? Tough as Taupe. I haven't really used this one either. I think I've stuck my finger in it a couple of times and that's about it. And that's fine. Using a brush to start off with, just because it's a little bit harder with claws to get your finger in the pot properly, because most of them, the product is down further and my finger sits into the pot, which means I would get it all up underneath my fingernails, which I don't really like. So I would rather use tools and be done with it. It makes life a little bit easier. So I'm just putting a little bit of that on, blend it out. It's really just as an eyeshadow base, not really meant for anything else. I'm not going for a particularly dramatic look or something today. No purple eyeshadow today. This is literally the first time I have put makeup on myself in probably a month. I did put makeup on two other people for a party that they were going to, but this is the first time I put makeup on myself. I thought I would try my new Essence Happy Girls Are Pretty palette that I got from Tamara J. I'll leave her link down below. I'm going to start with this one here, the second one in, which is kind of a shiny, pale, taupey, beige colour. I always find it interesting when people describe colours, and they call it something, and I'm sitting there thinking, that is not what that colour is. Like, not in my dictionary of what colours are. The one that really gets me is mauve. Now, to me, a mauve is a light purple colour. And the number of times I see people calling something mauve that looks like it's brown, to me, yeah, it's always quite astonishing. But there you go. What are we going to do? I'm going to go in the second to last one. Wow, that's super powdery. Wasn't expecting that. You can tell I've used this one before, can't you? Just put that in the crease area. Yeah, so since I haven't really been looking after myself properly, not eating properly, not exercising properly, because the depression's like kicked me in the butt ski. I've actually put weight back on, which of course is just making me feel even more crap about myself than I was anyway. And I keep on telling myself I'm going to do something about that. I'm going to get up early today and I'm going to get on the exercise machine and I'm going to track what I'm eating, and then it comes down to it and I end up spending all day in bed. Yeah, not doing so great in that department. I've kind of like lost my drive in so many different areas, which is why I'm sort of trying to get back on the bandwagon. I'm going to go in with the darkest colour, just a little bit in the outer V. Just add a bit more depth there. As I said, I'm not really going for anything dramatic. Although some people might call this dramatic. This to me is not dramatic. This to me is pretty basic. And then I'm going to go back into the, that one there. Just blend those edges out. Make sure there's no harsh lines, and also act a little bit as a brow highlight. And then I'm going to go into the lightest one. Just tap a little bit in the inner corner. And that is pretty much that. Now, under the eye, I think I'm going to go in with the darkest one right now. I'm just going to put a little bit just along the lash line, just blend in those lovely difference between my skin and my eyelashes. Yeah, so as I was saying before, the main thing I've been doing is doing my nails, and which, you know, in some ways I wish I was like feeling like doing other things, but that's pretty much what I've been doing. I'm going to go in with the Scandalise from Rimmel in bright blue, because why not? And I'm going to tight line with it on the bottom waterline, and just bring it down just a touch more. And sorry for the snorting, it sounds disgusting. But that's the other reason I haven't felt like exercising and stuff like that, is because I have been so sick, on and off so much. And the same with my daughter, she keeps on getting sick all the time, and every time she gets sick, I get sick. It's like really annoying. I've just realised I don't have a pencil to tightline me up with, so I will be back in. It's just a random black pencil. So, you know, if you've been following my channel, you know that last month I pretty much didn't really put up videos. I didn't even do my empties, which I had been doing every month, and I had empties, I just didn't do the video. I think the only bit of video I really put up last month were collection videos and my manicures for May. So, like, June was a really, really bad month. Like, terrible bad. I'm going to do a very thin line on the top with this Cat's Eye black eyeliner that I've been using for bloody ages. I'm not really going to do a wing or anything, just very thin line right along the lash line. Yeah, mainly just to make my eyelashes look a little bit thicker than anything else. And I'm going to go along and I'm going to set that lightly with the darkest colour out of here, which is generally what I do when I use a liquid eyeliner. So I will be filming a empties video. It's part of the reason I put my face on, so I can film videos. This is the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Mascara in Extreme Black, which is the world's wettest mascara. And I have been using this for quite a while. It probably needs to go in the bin, but it is still going because it is the world's wettest mascara. If you don't like wet mascaras, you will not like this mascara. And no, I did not curl my lashes. I generally don't curl my lashes. It's actually very rare for me to curl my lashes. I have something about putting metal instruments by my eyes. I know it's strange, I don't mind putting sharp pencils by my eyes, but I won't put it. Don't want to put an eyelash curler there. I don't know, it wasn't a habit I ever got into. It's like wearing perfume, it's not a habit I ever got into, so I just basically don't do it. Waiting for that to dry, I am going to use this Mona Lisa pencil in, I don't know what colour it's called, it's just got 115 on it, which is a fairly bright pink colour. Used to use this one for school all the time. Mainly because our shirts at school were bright pink. So I would wear bright pink lippy. Technically we're not allowed to wear a neutral colour, which is good because I don't generally wear neutral colours when it comes to lippy. Neutral is not my thing. So I only did that like really lightly. It's just to create a bit of a base for the lipstick, which I've never used before. This lipstick is an Elizabeth Arden lipstick. It is in Perfect Flamingo, and as you can see it is pink. That is a very Barbie pink. It is what it is. So that was me all ready to go. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the small catch up, and I I will see you in my next video, and if you want to subscribe, click the button down below and leave me a thumbs up if you like update type videos or get ready with me's or whatever. Yeah, and leave me a comment down below. I do try to respond to most comments. I've been a bit slack recently, I'm really sorry, but I will get better. Okay, so I'll see you later, guys.